Talking fishing, nothing but fishing, talking fishing. If it's facts about fishing that you want to know, then tune in, folks, cause this is the show. We'll show you all the right bait to use, so sit right back, you got nothing to lose. Doesn't really matter if it's trout or carp, flathead, marlin or a gummy shark. Listen to the guys and you can't go wrong. They'll be talking about fishing till the cows come home. Talking fishing, nothing but fishing, we're talking fishing.
And welcome everyone to Talking Fishing. Big show coming your way tonight. We're joined in the studio by a couple of special guests. It's going to be a great show tonight. Some fantastic weather tonight. Today. Ads.
Summer's come early.
Oh, yeah, no, 1st of October I said I'm wearing shorts to work from now on, well, until next winter, but what a cracker day. You're out in the kayak.
Yeah, took my oldest out on the kayak and she lasted a little bit. We got one calamari before that was too much, but what a beautiful day out there. There wasn't, I'll tell you what, there wasn't, for school holidays, there wasn't that many people. Yep. It really surprised me because it was a perfect day on the water.
Yeah, probably most people are at work, Ads, so. Stephen Victor Trelf, all the way from Shepparton. Stephen, how did you react today with the news that, well, you know that Talking Fishing has been nominated for 2 Antenna Awards, which are on this Saturday night, by the way.
Yes.
Channel 31 starting at, I think, 7:30, live from Federation Square. Talking Fishing up for the awards of Best Live Show and Best Lifestyle Show. But how did you cope with the news today that the dress code is cocktail?
I had to Google that.
So did I. And I'm worried.
Like, because there's something coming up about, some dress code later on the show, and I thought, well, that's obviously out.
What?
The budgie smuggler thing. So, I thought cocktail, that's fine. I've had, little Savoys and things, but it's good. It's great we've been nominated. And
are you going to have a matching handkerchief in your jacket pocket?
Oh, I've had matching, but it'll be there.
Dirty or clean? Will Mary iron your handkerchief?
Mary will.
We better get on with it. Can I introduce our special guests from the Women in Recreational Fishing Network? They have a leadership program, and from last year's leadership program, and an absolute champion. We're going to talk about life in fishing with Tiffany Newton. Welcome, Tiff.
Thank you. Thanks for having us. It's awesome.
Great to have you along. Now, you were a leader last year, weren't you?
Yeah, last year. So the first cast of Worth leaders, and then came back this year as a mentor. So yeah, great opportunity.
There you go. Niki Duckstein.
David, how are you?
I'm good. You're a champion angler too. I've had a look at some of the photos of fish you caught. And I'm jealous, but
don't know about that,
you're a leader from this year's
Yes, I'm cast 2.0, so I've had the wonderful Tiffany to guide me through Gold Coast at AFTA. So yeah, we've had a great time and looking forward to events that are coming in the future. So
yeah, there you go. Tiff, very quickly.
Yeah.
How old were you when you first started fishing? Do you remember?
Real little. So we did a lot. Yeah, we did a lot as a family. So camping, fishing. So
your parents?
Dad, grandpa, brothers were all fishing. So
Niki, how old were you?
I was young too, but I had a vegetarian father, so he didn't exactly take me. But no, my godfather took us off Sorrento. So as a little girl, just got hooked and just loved it ever since.
You did your apprenticeship at Sorrento?
Well, I guess so.
I'm jealous. That's good.
And progressed.
So who if you were to name one person, Tiff, who's your best mentor in fishing? Don't say
it's a hard one. No,
it's not true.
It'd probably have to be my partner, actually, Matt. So
he's
taught me. Good fisherman. He's taught me a lot. So
there you go.
Good brownie points.
Good answer.
He's happy with that.
Might get a new rod out of that.
Got to keep flying, folks. Let's have a look at what's been caught by the people at home. It's time for Catch of the Week.
Catch of the Week, brought to you by Shimano.
Now, it is the time of year where the snappers start to turn up, and it's an exciting time of the year, particularly when you get weather like today. It was just absolutely sensational. Beautiful. And people are just going to start heading out the snapper this weekend, definitely. I think, because it's pretty good weather. But have a look at this one to kick it off. Charlie Pascuzzi.
It's a cracking snapper.
Well, we got the wrong.
There he goes, Charlie.
There's Charlie. Instead of old mate with a flathead. On your Charlie.
Even the snapper looks disappointed with it.
4.4 kilo snapper off Silverleaves, boys, which, may I just mention, is a hot spot from last week.
Wasn't it back yesterday, last week, Dave?
There's a lot of technical information goes into our hot spots, and Silverleaves is one of them. Also on Western Port, a lovely gummy shark. Plenty of gummy sharks around, by the way, in Western Port, all over the place. Aiden Benavia. Have a look at this young fellow's smile on his dial. A gummy shark off Tankerton.
Yeah, that's a great.
Wow.
That's pretty good.
Even the gummy shark was happy.
If you're happy when the hook comes out. All right, let's head over to Port Phillip Bay, and we are.
This is exciting. This one.
Yeah, I've got to say, I think Port Phillip Bay right now may just be in its prime for whiting fishing.
Yep.
Right now. It's the water's starting to warm up through that 13 to 14 degrees.
Needs another 1 or 2 degrees.
Absolutely, it does. But the whiting are on fire. Have a look at this old Tom Sansa.
Tom.
Have a look at Tom.
Tommy.
A lovely handful, and
Right.
they're good fish.
What do you call
They're
that?
good
fat.
size.
They're winter. You know,
Don't talk
they're
about
just-
Tommy like that.
Yeah, no, I know. Well, Tommy's
He's a legend.
He's a legend. He's
Good
had
catch,
a,
mate.
he's had a good winter.
Yeah,
But no,
there's
he's
gonna be more
done,
of that.
he's done all right. He had a couple of days like
very
that
good.
this week. So, all right, let's keep moving through. Indented Head is another great place. Niki, I should throw to you to.
Yeah.
Who is this
Absolutely.
person?
So I took 2 of my mates out actually, Sam and Andrea, so shout out to them. But yeah, we went for calamari, just a quick 2-hour session before the grand final.
Yeah.
So
Let's have a
orange
look.
jigs.
orange
thank
jigs?
you.
Orange
jigs.
Orange
Okay.
jigs. I don't normally
I thought
go
they
for
would have
them,
been
but
black and yellow.
no, I normally go the white, but
Grand
the orange was the colour on the day. So
Yeah, yeah.
quick 2-hour session, we got 8. So we were pretty happy
Wow.
with that effort.
Good fish too.
Yeah, no, it was
yeah.
nice.
Yeah, yummo. All right, let's head down to Port Welshpool and Jaden Simpson. He got out with his dad, Warren, and some lovely calamari. Now, just a message to Jaden's sister that if she wants to be on TV, she's got to hold the fish. No, look, I mean, this is the rules of the show. Warren sends me in a photo of both his kids.
Yep.
Jaden gets to hold the fish, and yeah, that's fantastic. But his sister, if she wants to be on TV, she's got to hold him. Not let Dad hold him and stand there with a cheesy
can
grin in the
do
background. So, Jaden, well done on your catch, and we look forward to your sister being on Talking Fishing one time soon. So, all right,
Between your teeth.
let's head inland and Lauriston Reservoir, one of the reservoirs that has been open to access to kayaks and so forth. Jackson Saprumus, I think is how you say it. A 60 centimetre brown trout at Lauriston Reservoir.
Was that out of a kayak?
Out of a kayak.
Oh, stop.
Wow.
Good on
Nice.
you, Jackson. Legend.
We're going to
Kayak's
just leave
tiny
that
thing.
photo up there for a second. Have a look at the signs in the background. You're not allowed to do anything there.
No.
I think there's one in the background. You're not allowed to speak. You're not allowed to breathe.
Not allowed to take
You're not
photo.
allowed to be on a paddleboard. You're not allowed to be on a sailing craft. Like, there is a sign for everything in life. I bet you there's a photo of people playing Monopoly. You're not allowed to play Monopoly. You're not allowed to play canasta. You're not allowed to play chess. You're not allowed to ride a bike.
Can't ski,
mate,
can't
I tell you, we're going to talk about this waterboard later on.
You can't catch me out
Because
later,
they have signs for everything you're not allowed to do, and they're very restricted in what you're allowed to do. So anyway, sorry about that, Jackson, but great pick. Staying with the inland waterways, the Murray River. Plenty of people heading up the Murray Trelly,
Yes.
including you. But Silvio, the concreter, got up there. Lovely golden perch. Have a look at that.
That's
mate.
right.
Is that
Yeah.
Silvio?
That's Silvio the concreter.
You know,
He's a good concrete.
he does.
He does actually.
Good on the trowel.
No, he's a good man. He's actually a very, he's an excellent fisherman, and when he targets something, he actually targets it and catches that species. So, well done, Silvio, and a great photo.
Yeah, there you go.
Fish.
Another person that went up to the Murray River was young 12-year-old Nicholas Bennett. Have a look at Nicholas's fish. He was fishing on the Murray River just downstream from Merbine, is it, near Mildura? I think.
Oh,
he was on a houseboat holiday
yes.
with his
Silver
family.
perch.
They got nearly 20 silver perch
Yep.
over a couple of days. Biggest going 43 centimetres.
It's a big silver
Scrub
perch.
worms and a bit of shrimp.
Yeah.
Was the go-to baits, but that's a lovely silver perch.
That is, yeah. Must be a tender spot. Look at his eye, that hook.
Yeah. They could eat.
Pretty bony. Actually, no, sorry, you're not supposed to eat them. Put them back.
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
no,
they did.
they're
They did. It says here, all fish were released, but
Yeah.
Nicholas, what a champ. And lucky last, I've heard a few stories about this place, boys.
Oh, it's getting
Lake
time.
Tyres,
yeah.
second time for the night. We're going to show Ben's fish.
This is a snapper.
Ben Zachney, not a snapper from Western Port. This is an 83 centimetre dusky flathead from
Nice.
Lake Tyres.
Begins.
And I know someone else that went up there on the weekend that you and I know, and you know, he might be in the Seamaster ads and that on Channel 31. But he's saying ankle deep water is the
Ankle
key.
deep.
Wow.
Cast into
I say
ankle deep
with,
water.
with another winter with no rain at Lake Tyres, pretty much the whole system would be ankle deep.
If you'd like to send in a pic of your catch of the week, this is what you have to do.
If you want to be like me and have your photo on TV, email your fishing pic to info@ifish.com.au. Go Pies!
Yeah, I wanna go fishing.
And coming up next, Fisheries news, including an update on Coronella Boat Ramp, and we bring you the moment the first Australian wins an American Bassmaster Elite Series event. Next on Talking Fishing.
Talking fishing.
We know what you'd rather be doing.
We know what you've really got in mind.
We know you'd rather be out fishing. And today's the day you're gonna wet a line. 'Cause every day's a good day.
Stop wishing.
Every day's a chance to drift away. Drift away.
Every day's a good day for fishing. See it down and tackle world today.
Talking fishing, nothing but fishing, we're talking fishing.
Live from the studios of Channel 31 Melbourne, it's now time for some very fishy news.
And welcome back. Plenty of fisheries news tonight. We have special guests in the studio from the Women in Recreational Fishing Network, Tiffany Newton and Niki Duckstein. Welcome, girls.
Thanks,
It's
Dave.
a big show. We're going to learn more about you shortly. But first to the news. Have a look at this. A champion angler in America, Carl Jochumsen. Jochumsen.
Yeah,
That's what I say.
Mad good.
He won the big comp, the
Bassmaster Elite.
Master Elite. He won the latest event, which was held wherever it was. Let's have a look at the reaction when he won.
On the stage, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear making his first top 10 from Okeechobee, Florida, Kyle Monty. Carl, let's side by side. At 39 pounds, 11 ounces, looking for 15.5 to take the lead and take the title in his very first top 10, looking for 15.5, 6 pounds, 14 ounces, and for the first time in history, an Elite Series title goes down under! The only Australian to ever qualify for the Bassmaster Elite Series becomes the first and only Australian to ever win on the Bassmaster Elite Series. Fear my heart! Carl Jacobson. I mean, I love my job because I'm a foot away from a guy in the best day of his life. I hate my job because I'm a half a foot away from a guy in the worst day of his life. We've spent some of those days together. You're now a Bassmaster Elite Series champion!
I remember that announcer introducing Brute Bernard at Festival Hall back in 1980. Is that the same bloke?
I tell you what, that is just crazy.
How good is it?
You know, I don't think that people out there actually realise the significance of what Carl's done as far as what he's given up. Like he sold everything to move to the States. And he lived out of a car for quite a few years. He made it to the series, and he dropped out of the series, and he made it back into the series. And now he's won that one, which gives him a ticket to the next one. But it's an elimination final, and there's a lot of detail, which I can't remember it all because it's a little bit complicated. But it's an amazing, absolutely amazing result for Carl. Thanks for showing that. That was really good.
No, it's good. Good Australian champion. It's F1 of fishing, isn't it?
Oh, it is. It is. It is. It's the Formula One of fishing out there.
All right, let's keep flying along. Coronella Boat Ramp. A lot of people asking when's it going to be finished. We've got a photo of it here, and it's nearly there. The Better Boat in Victoria is saying mid-October, so it's only a matter of weeks before Coronella. And by the looks of that, some fantastic infrastructure going in. 4 ramps, I think. You can see there, it's a bit far away, that thing, but it's looking good. Just for people that do like their surfing and fishing, down on Gunnamatta. Just don't go too deep in the water because have a look what washed up the other day is a photo. A humpback whale has washed up. And just need to stay clear of that. But there's a lot of shark activity in the water outside of that.
You'll find him in a car park.
Good bait.
Gunnamatta, I wouldn't be going surfing down there.
They make those humps in the car park out of humpback whales, don't they?
Yeah, they do. Yeah,
speed humps.
I should have some notes here because I need to read some of these. The next one is Fisheries. I think the headline is "Have Your Say to Support Victoria's growing fishing industry." The Victorian government is seeking public feedback on proposed regulatory changes that will benefit the fishing and aquaculture sectors of the state. Today, Victorian Fisheries Authority CEO Travis Dowling encouraged anglers, commercial fishers, seafood producers and the community to have their say on the proposed laws that apply to the Indigenous, recreational and commercial sectors. There are some important changes proposed that will benefit recreational fishing in Victoria. These include changes to size and bag limits for some species and permitting additional types of equipment that can be used. For example, they're supporting new measures to protect native fish such as river blackfish that will ensure these populations are sustainable for future generations to enjoy. Interested industry stakeholders and the community can obtain the regulatory impact statement, including further information on the proposed changes on the internet at Get Involved, and there it is up on your screen there. We're actually, boys, next week. I've spoken to Travis Dowling about this. Travis is coming into the studio with another person who's running this process, and we're going to go through all the proposed changes because there's quite some good changes, and there's other changes that I feel should be debated.
Nice.
So let's do that next Tuesday night. Nice. We're going to go through all the regulation changes, so that's that one. And lucky last bit of news, Mates Day on the Bay is occurring in a few weeks' time. Sunday, 20th of October, all the details here. We need your boat. Anyone that's got a boat greater than 5.5 metres and wants to take out someone with a disability, come along to Mates Day on the Bay. Now, you need to get in contact with Tony or Lynette Hogan, and we'll put their details up on our social media. They're on your screen now, but we'll put their details up on our social media tomorrow. But it is 20th of October, launch at 7 o'clock with your boat. We start fishing at 8 o'clock with some guests on your boat for Mates Day. Free barbecue, lunch and soft drinks provided. It's going to be a big day down at Launching Way. And launching is free.
Yes.
Free.
Yeah, there you go.
Correct.
So there you go. Now, Tiff, Niki, couple of things.
Yep.
Tell us, what's the WRF network? What is it?
So WRF Network's Women in Recreational Fishing.
Yep.
It's a pretty much a program as part of the Target 1 Million program, and we want to get more female participation increased, essentially. So
how does someone participate? How do you become a member?
So it's part of, it's on Facebook, so it's run by Victorian Fisheries.
Yep.
So it's for women only to join up. So you answer a few questions and then they make sure you are who you are. So Trelly, you can't.
Sorry.
Busted.
Kicked off already.
Busted.
Kicked off already.
So pretty much all they need to do is search for Women in Rec Fishing on Facebook, and you'll see our group pop up. And like Tiff said, just answer a few
How
questions.
many members you got now?
Over 1,600.
1,600,
yeah.
So
it's growing.
Yeah, we're targeting 5,000 by 2020. So watch this space.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep.
Okay.
Excellent.
Gee, that's good.
Yep.
What do you discuss on there?
Oh, everything.
Yeah, lots of
Anything.
things. I mean, just this week we're talking about, one girl was asking about squid fishing. She didn't have much luck, and a few members chipped in and said, this is what I do. I chipped in about my orange jigs on the weekend, so hopefully that'll pass knowledge on. But people share their experiences.
Yeah, a lot of new people as well to fishing.
So would you say that it's a high percentage of people that or a high percentage of women that don't know how to fish, or is there a fair few that do fish but want to know more?
It's probably a mix. It's definitely a mix,
they did a bit of a survey, and about 62% of women fish with their partner. So I'd say it's probably a bit of a mix of some people that know a little bit about fishing and want to learn more. That's
one of the things about social media is quite often it's not a very safe place. So, you put something up, you just get slammed by people. Is it a safe place?
Totally opposite. It's great.
It's actually a really nice environment.
It is unheard of in social media.
I know. It's really good.
No, it is really good. It's moderated, so it's obviously they approve posts and so it's
You
it's
keep
well
Matt
looked
off
up.
there, don't you?
Yeah.
You what?
Keep Matt.
Keep
Matt off.
I keep Matt off there.
Yeah. So the VFA moderate it.
Yes,
like they look at
correct.
stuff and
So every post you put up, they'll obviously moderate it and make sure it's approved to go up.
Yeah.
As well, which is good.
There's
Does
just a
everyone
good
share their
vibe.
fishing pics and stuff
Yep.
like that?
Yeah, fishing,
Yeah.
where they've been, anything and everything.
Yeah.
So.
One girl shared the best 20 lures that she uses for bream, and I made sure I took a screenshot of that one. And
That's
Yeah.
Yeah.
you don't get that on other pages.
I'll
so.
get that off you later on.
Yep, no drama.
So there's a lot of other pages out there that could probably take a leaf out of your book.
Yeah.
You have a cruise around around Facebook and see a few other pages, and still no one wants to give up any information.
Yeah, or it's negative.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
Very quickly turns negative.
Yeah.
I think you've done a great job.
Yeah.
That's great.
Really good.
So all they're going to do is look on Facebook. It's a Facebook closed
Facebook group.
Closed
Yeah.
group. Yep, that's
Women
correct.
in Rec Fishing, and
Yep.
there you go. Do you get technical? Like is there
there's
you
a
know,
little
like
bit, yeah.
knot tying and hook
Yeah,
types
yep.
and
Rods,
100%.
reels,
100%
tackle,
we have.
yeah. There's some girls even put up like little videos and stuff of how to tie certain rigs or where to go fishing, and it's
okay.
really good.
yeah. How do you think you'll grow the?
Well, look, we're
Grow
hoping to
numbers.
run a few events, so we'd love people to first join the group and then they can get involved in some of the events we're running. So we're the Eildon Boat and Fishing Show, we're running an event there on the Friday night, so we'd love people to come along. We're doing a bit of trailer backing and a bit of course there, and we're going to be on stage as well. So we'd love people to be involved in that. So get in touch.
Okay. that's
When we
awesome
do it, we
stuff.
put our blindfolds on, but I know
I've heard that about you, Trelly, but I didn't want to say anything.
All right, we're not going to a break because we've got lots to talk about you. So next product of the week, is it a bird? Is it a plane? Nope, it's a budgie smuggler. You'll have to see it to believe it. Coming up next on Talking Fishing.
Talking fishing.
Good morning, spotters. Stephanie speaking.
Product of the week, brought to you by Tackle World.
Talking fishing, nothing but fishing, we're talking fishing.
Welcome back to Talking Fishing, and Product of the Week. We're going to launch straight into another award-winning lure from the After Trade show that's just been and gone. Now, Chasebait is an Australian company that have done some incredible things over the last few years, and they have done it again. Crew. Now, we're all holding up these crazy little things here that look like a bird. Now, they have conveniently been called the Smuggler. There's two different sizes, both 65mm, which Trully's holding next to me. They're rattling around everywhere. So 65 and 90mm. Dave, I'm going to throw straight to yours because they have the best named lure in the business with the Budgie Smuggler.
The Budgie Smuggler. Have a look at that.
So you have the Smuggler in 90mm there in the Budgie colour.
I'm seriously thinking about taking this home, getting rid of the rabbit that ate the cord on the fridge, put this in a cage and saying to the kids, there's your new pet. Because it is so lifelike.
I reckon it'll come out of the fridge and you'll say, what did the chicken do?
So these are a paddle style lure which have been working massively well on things like bass and cod over the last few seasons. Now with the two distinct sizes, so the 90mm which I'm holding here, I've got the black cockatoo in my hand there. The girls have got the white cockatoo. Sorry to the camera crew here jumping all over the place. For the impoundments that are still open to Murray cod at the moment, so Lake Eildon, you would be going straight for that size. Now, you can't go wrong. Every colour in the range is as natural as it gets. The big cod will
Unless
be
the honey eaters are bathing in the water, but that's size.
Well,
can we get a close up of Trelly? Is that that's Sparrow?
That's right. Well, Trelly, you've got the Sparrow. Now, that's in
that is incredible lifelike.
65mm. As the season opens again, and we get into the smaller river cod, that's going to be the size. Not necessarily these 90mm. I know the big thing for cod at the moment is to go big or go home, but it really is an impoundment thing. So in the off season, that little one's going to come into its own in summer when it opens up again. And I'm going to make a big call. There'll be some Australian bass out there that will be hitting those lures. No doubt.
You're right.
You get a big 50 centimetre bass, they would be plucking chicks off the top like that. No,
I was a
chicks.
bit worried about what he said too. If you've ever seen the action of these in the water too, like they had a swim tank at after, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
Amazing action.
But
in the
yeah,
water.
they practically do freestyle. Now, it really does.
It's hard to explain.
It really does look like a bird that's really struggling to get out of the
Or
water.
a handicap doing back.
Yeah.
So no, they are incredible looking lures.
And these will eat a lot less seed than your normal budgies.
Yeah, they're cleaner.
Like,
Won't leave the
they have
droppings.
to clean out your
But do they
cage.
whinge like that? You know,
No,
get
you-
seagulls, so
well-
they just always
Oh,
whinging.
I've got pet budgies at home, and they talk all day.
Yeah, well, and
You can teach them words.
Well, there's always pros and cons. You can't teach these how to swear. It's a con.
I reckon I could.
There you go.
So that's the smuggler from Chaseboat.
There you go.
Great detail, but and a little add to that is the body shape and those wings will actually allow them to actually roll really, really well.
Yeah.
So they do actually swim really
Splash
good.
about.
They do. They're excellent.
Yeah. There you go. Product of the week.
I just
Good.
made one.
Back on to the Women in Recreational Fishing Network. Tiff and Niki in the studio tonight. Tiff, first to you. I've watched you since, I guess, your leadership, scholarship, whatever you want to call it, when you coached the Gold Coast last year. You've come back, you've done talks with some pretty serious sports people like Sam Lane and things like that. You've done events. You went and won a bloody caravan and go fishing. Are we getting jealous of what you've achieved in fishing in 1 year? You got proposed to on a fishing trip.
Got my first barra.
Got your first barra on the
then
same
got some
trip, and
bling.
you're going to get married with a fishing rod in your hand. Is that right?
Yep, up in Darwin.
There you go.
Wow.
Yeah, I think we're all jealous here. Tell us about Cod O'Clock.
So Go Fishing Agami, they had a cod o'clock. So every day they had like an hour where you could catch a Murray cod.
Yeah.
So my target I think was 70 centimetres or something.
Wait, so you got this on a text message or something?
Yeah,
so
so it comes
Cod
up on
O'Clock.
like an app.
Yeah.
And anyway, so I'd caught a cod and I was all excited because I'd actually got to catch a fish.
Yeah.
And didn't realise till later on it was cod o'clock. And I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, I won a boat or something. And then so we went to the prize thing and they accidentally let my name out too early. And then I was like, oh my God, I've won something. And then I was on the phone to Mum and got to run up on stage. And
what'd you win?
Yeah.
got a camper trailer. Yeah,
Wow.
by
Good job.
Jayco.
There you
Yeah,
go.
Jayco J-Tracks.
Yeah.
Very
Amazing.
exciting.
That's
Great
awesome.
prize.
Well done.
Yeah.
So some of the talks you give,
Yeah.
what do you do? Like, what do you talk about?
Yeah, so I set up, women's talk nights for, whether people want to get involved in like a career move or, into fishing or whether they just want to give it a go. So, just a sort of a safe space for them to come and, be a part of a talk night and, win some prizes and that as well.
Yeah,
So,
okay.
yeah.
Nikki?
Yeah.
What do you do? You do heaps too.
So I'm kind of just new to the scene, but I actually
Yeah.
attended one of Tiffany's own events, and it was fantastically run. And we're just kind of
before you got that
before,
leadership thing?
before, and I was blown away. And I think, you're definitely a mentor to me, Tiff. But look, it was great fun, and we got to hear from fisheries officers and Chloe down in Tassie catching those big game
Chloe
fish
Hammersley.
was amazing. So it was
Yeah.
definitely an eye opener.
Yeah.
But we're just starting to come in the scene and do a few more talks and speak to women at any events we can with VFA. So it's been really good.
Yeah,
So the
okay.
future's bright.
So one of the things I think the Women in Rec Fishing Network's been doing, you've been doing women's nights in retail stores.
Yeah, so
Tell us about those.
Yeah, BCF have had a few women's nights, so I think they put on like cheese and bickies and that, and they do different talks and.
And we did one for trout opening, obviously up at Eildon as well. So we did a bit of a talk night and went through trout fishing in certain rigs. So that was quite a good night.
Yeah. And is
But
it
they
just
put on the cheese and bickies. They're not like we put on tuna oil, don't we?
No. Just cheese and bickies this one.
No tuna oil.
No tuna oil.
Charlie, what do you do at you had your big spectacular down at Geelong, didn't you?
And Geelong, yes, and
Where was
Geelong at the
Geelong.
Marine World.
And
yeah.
what did you have? A competition?
Well, we had a Trolley's Taste and Win and
Taste and Win.
Yeah, Taste and Win.
Taste and
Nick,
Win.
as you called
Nikki last week. Yeah.
Nicky last week, came up and
You
took
put
on
me
the
off.
challenge, and I think sculled 2 shot glasses of tuna oil.
That is incorrect.
What did you do?
Don't believe. I did one, but I got beaten by another girl that Amy, if you're out there, she did 3. So
You drank A shot of tuna
You
oil.
didn't have to put this on, but yes.
It was always going to be on.
We did.
Yeah,
It
that's
was,
right.
to put it in context, it was for a fishing charter, so.
That's right.
Yep.
Yeah. I'd probably do it for a caravan, but I'm not sure about a fishing charter. But anyway.
Hey, Trelly also ate cat food just to slip that in there too.
Oh,
so.
well.
That was for nothing.
Well, I had to compare it around because I was struggling.
Oh dear. Any talks planned for the future?
Oh, more probably events. So
Events,
like fishing clinics. So there's a real push for that as well. So I found there's a lot of women that, and even kids, like getting the kids involved in it is the main thing. So if you get the kids, the mums are going to come, and then the families will get involved.
Yeah.
So there's a big thing there where they want to do clinics.
Yeah.
I think there's a confidence thing, like guys
100%.
can do it.
Yeah.
But the
100%.
guys don't have that motherly thing like used girls have with kids and things like that. They just used girls are like magnets to kids and things. And I've seen Karen from our
Karen
Bendigo
Reeves,
do it,
yeah.
and it's just so good to see the kids come. They're like, and they're just spellbound with used girls, doing this and look at you do that.
Yeah.
And a lot of times we had reports back from young ladies saying, I was going to drop out of the club, but because of this situation where we've got these ladies who are taking on this role as mentors, they're actually continuing to be in clubs
and
compete.
sticking around.
It's already working now.
Yeah,
it is.
And
Really
it's growing.
already
Like the
working.
numbers in clubs are growing.
Really good.
Yeah.
I've got to say, from a tackle shop perspective, it's probably only 1% of our customers are female.
Yep.
And I guess we're not seeing a lot of change in that. And I know Women in Rec Fishing's only very new, but we'd love to see that change. And
We'd see more than that.
Do you?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. We would see more than that in country Victoria. I know it's different down here, but we'd see a lot of.
I'd also say we don't see a lot of females coming on their own. We do get a few, but most of the bands are with their
mainly buying gift
partners.
vouchers.
But single
Father's
parents,
Day.
we get a lot of single parents, ladies single parents, will rig up and do that with the kids because they haven't got that far.
So do you guys talk about gear?
Definitely.
Males are, they just got the magazines out all the time. They've got the Shimano catalogues and all that sort of stuff. You guys talking about that sort of stuff?
Yeah, and we are actually looking at trying to get more into the magazines as well. So that way we're a bit more of a role model that, okay, they can, so I guess why can't I? So that's definitely coming into it as well. Yeah. So we definitely
One thing I think we talked about at that conference we had up at the Gold Coast is that gender has no bias towards being a good fisher or a bad fisher. I mean, it doesn't matter.
No.
It does not matter. It's
probably the only sport, and we discussed this up at the round table meeting. It's the only sport that you can take on at a young age and you fish right through to the older age. I don't think there's any sport where participation covers such a large age thing. So which is really good.
And they're also looking into the well-being of that because people can do it throughout their life. No physical kind of disability is going to stop them going fishing. So that's a really big thing about well-being.
All right. Got to leave it there. Good discussion. Coming up next, Kramer's Mailbag. More complaints about access at Upper Coloburn Reservoir. It's not good. Coming up next on Talking Fishing.
Talking fishing.
We know what you'd rather be doing.
We know what you've really got in mind.
We know you'd rather be out fishing. And today's the day you're gonna wet a line. 'Cause every day's a good day.
Stop wishing.
Every day's a chance to drift away. Drift away.
Every day's a good day for fishing. See you down at Tackle World today.
Talking fishing, nothing but fishing. We're talking fishing.
Alrighty, this subject is starting to enter Mailbag every week at the moment, boys. So let's get into it. This is from Mick from Malmesbury. Mick from Malmesbury.
Good on you, Mick.
He goes, "Hi David, myself and other fishermen were excited to hear when it was announced that boating would be allowed on the Upper Coloburn Reservoir. That was quickly diminished when we found out that the only boats allowed were car toppers and that there were not to be any boat ramps. We were willing to accept this as there is some easy launching areas and plenty of parking near the water. in Premier Mine Road area of the lake. Then, Coloburn Water decided there would be one entry and exit point for watercraft, which is around near the wall and would be the only launching area on the lake. The small car park is roughly 120 metres from the water, which means you must physically get your boat to the water somehow with equipment, and being that it is electric motors only, cart a battery to power the boat, which can be around 30 kilos as well. This track also has a slight incline on it, which will make things even more difficult. Also, because of the proximity of this entry point to the wall, Coloburn Water has determined that the lake will be closed when it's full, which means the lake has not been open to any watercraft since the opening official day. This is despite the fact that there are safety buoys in place around the wall. I understand that there's a lot of argument is based around there being native land around the lake, which I respect, but to not allow roughly a 4 metre wide access point in the Premier Mine Road area is just mean-spirited rubbish from Coloburn Water that were totally against boat access in the first place. Well, I said last week...
So what's stopping people from actually launching at that particular...
At Premier Mine Road?
Road, yeah.
I'd have to say absolutely nothing, Trelly.
So...
I don't think they have any enforcement rules. I don't think they're a power to enforce.
Yeah. So you say it's there.
Except we saw in that photo in Catch of the Week that is riddled with signs that say what you're not allowed to do. And very little about what you can do. Now, I wrote to Bob Cameron, who was the former Minister for Fisheries last week, and asked him about this because we're starting to get some mail, and he wrote back, "Dear David, hope you're well. Upper Coloburn remains closed for safety reasons as it's still spilling. Upper Coloburn had access opened from the 1st of August, when not spilling, with the agreement of the traditional owners on the basis that the pre-existing access point from the upper car park on Kyneton Spring Hill Road was used on an interim basis. An archaeological survey report is being prepared which will assist with the preparation of the Cultural Heritage Management Plan. The plan will inform future access point decisions. No timeline can be given. No timeline can be given, or an accurately given at this point, as it's hard to read this one, as it depends on the degree of potential impact on cultural heritage and the steps that need to be taken and implemented.
So that's basically they're saying it's too hard.
Yeah.
Well, we can't be bothered. Sorry, we can't be bothered.
Well, we can't find the gum leaves to burn for the smoking ceremony.
Well, no, apparently they at the opening.
It's a cultural thing.
There's a couple of things. They did have. I think it was the lady who opened the MCG on Grand Final Day was actually at the ceremony to open it up before Coloburn closed it next day. But I think it's a good reminder to everybody of what happened in October last year on this show. Let's have a look at the video.
We've got an opportunity, I think, to allow kayakers and other smaller craft with electric motors onto a whole lot of different waterways that they're currently not allowed to be part of.
Okay.
I've got a list.
Yep.
This show's all about lists.
So this is in the list.
So on my list, there's a couple that aren't here, and I want to say something about that at the end.
Okay.
But Tullaroop, Lauriston, Hepburn, Barkers Creek, Upper Coloburn, and Malmesbury reservoirs. They'll all be for those smaller craft with electric motors and kayaks. We think that's just a smart thing to do. Again, opening up access, allowing more and more families to be able to engage in spaces that really belong to them ultimately.
Yeah.
Tarago's not on there, I know, and that's something that you and I have talked about, Devil Bend as well. We've just got a little bit more consultation to go through. I'm very keen to make Tarago happen if we can.
Yeah. Now, I'm pretty sure I heard that bloke just say he's opening Upper Coloburn Reservoir.
He did.
To small craft, tinnies, with electric motors and that.
Yep.
The Premier's pretty keen to come back on the show. How do you reckon he'd sit? Now, that was the 30th of October last year, so we're almost a year, he said that, almost a year. Do you reckon he'd be happy that Coloburn Water can't open a 4 metre wide access point on Premier Mine Road for people to put their boats in? Do you reckon he'd be happy with that?
Oh, he'd be sitting up the front in front of that camera, just telling them what to do.
Do you reckon Lisa Neville's a good friend of the show, and she wants to come back on the show? How do you think Lisa Neville would go if we said Colobin Waters, I don't know if she even knows this, but the Colobin Water won't open access to that lake. A 4 metre, and the only access point. How would Lisa Neville and the Premier feel if they knew that the only access point is 120 metres from the water, and you've got to carry all your gear down? How do you reckon they'd go?
Well, the $1 million question, Dave, is how are we going to fix it?
How
do you fix it?
Well, there's only one way to fix it.
Someone's head's got to roll?
Yeah, no, you get a 16-year-old school person to come on and go, how dare you? How dare you, Colobin Water? That's what you do. That gets things fixed, I'm telling you. So, all right, we better,
sorry
we better move in. We better move on.
I should be back at school.
Oh, look at this one. This is, I tell you what, you don't worry about your wet banks on the Goulburn or whatever,
right,
your bloody seeding. And all that
Your
crap
problems aren't they, mate?
Yeah, I know,
Debbie writes into us and would love it if you could investigate why the waterboards. It's just a common theme. They just hate fishing, don't they? Mm-hmm. Why the waterboard constantly empties the pondages at Eildon every time it's a long weekend. They've been doing this for years. Obviously, they don't want visitors to their waters. We come up most weekends and they float the pondages. I think that's meant to say flood the pondages. But you can guarantee 100%. Yep. If it's a long weekend, and we've got a photo here, have a look at this. When people flock to the area, they empty it.
That's
one
empty.
Again. Yeah, we're doing well. That's right, putting a photo. Take that. Yeah, that's the one. Put it flat up and there's a snapper. There's the Eildon Pondage on the long weekend. They empty it enough that you can't cast out far enough to reach the water, enabling you to fish. Would love an explanation why. So the bloody hell would we, I tell you.
Let us know when you find out.
It is. They tend to do it right on the weekends where tourism are good.
Yeah. Next one, Mornington Boat Ramp. Jerry writes to us, what the bloody hell? Why the bloody hell is Mornington Boat Ramp closed? Now let's have a look at this. Yep. They have closed it. I had some notes here, but I've lost them.
Because there's the galah on the runway.
They are saying, now I wrote to Better Boating Victoria, which are really good, I've got to say. They are really good, and they got in contact with the Shire. This is a Shire issue. They've closed it because of recent damage, and it needs an urgent repair. Now,
how recent's recent?
That doesn't look recent.
How recent? Was there an earthquake?
I don't know. I don't know, but
is that a cockatoo?
Seriously, I think there's seagulls there.
And how
but that
long,
doesn't look new.
How long's that boat ramp been there, do you reckon? At Mornington?
30 years. 40 years? Oh, probably 40 to 50.
Okay, so they would be pretty knowledgeable in knowing that the football's over and it's basically the official start to snapper season.
One of the most popular places.
So you're saying that's closed?
Yeah, there's all signs and stuff around
that's
it.
That's closed because of...
They had an earthquake,
There's a seagull and a kraken.
All right, if you'd like to write into Kramer's Mailbag, this is what you do.
Send your mail to Kramer's Mailbag, PO Box 734, Patterson Lakes, Victoria 3197, or email kramer@ifish.com.au.
Coming up next, Hotspots, the all-important Hotspots for this weekend. It's going to be a cracker, and we're going to talk more with Tiff and Niki straight after this on Talking Fishing.
Talking Fishing.
G'day, Callan here from Paul Worsland's Tackle World Cranbourne.
Supercharged batteries have been supplying maintenance-free marine batteries since 2001. The Seamaster Gold range is second to none, delivering superior starting power and reserve capacity. No need to top up with water, truly a fit and forget battery. With up to 2 years replacement warranty, you know you have quality. Your battery is your lifeline. Without it, you're dead in the water because it's bloody hard to push start.
I've got a Seamaster battery in my boat.
Make yours a Seamaster Gold today.
Talking fishing, nothing but fishing, we're talking fishing.
And now the segment you've all been waiting for.
Hotspots, brought to you by Seamaster Batteries.
All right, we're flying along here because we've got lots to talk about, so let's get into the hotspots very, very quickly. The first one was going to be Mornington, but we had to cancel that because the boat ramp's closed.
Because there was an earthquake.
Earthquake. All happened in the last hour, so they've had to close it. Recent damage, they say. Let's kick it off with Queenscliff, Calamari. It is the capital right now. The big ones are moving in, aren't they?
Yeah, that's right, and it's going to continue right through spring. I'd be penciling this one in for the next few weeks.
Yep. Let's keep going on that side of the bay, St Leonard's. calamari and whiting. Some great King George whiting around over that side, isn't there?
That whole bank along between those two dots on your screen, calamari
and whiting.
Doesn't stop for whiting now. So.
I know. It's good, isn't it?
Doesn't stop.
All right, over into Western Port. Crawfish rock for snapper.
Nice.
It's going to be very, very popular. Good when there's a little light northerly because it's quite protected there. And we've got a few northerlies coming up this week, so very good place. Bolton Channel up that top end as well.
Early season snapper gold.
Yeah, if you guys are talking to me today about Bolton Channel, a bit hard to navigate at night, so get up there during the day, lay a track so you can follow that back if you are going fishing at night.
Yeah, I like it.
Check your tides, so next one, Devil Bend Reservoir. These warm, balmy nights
we'll
that
get
are
the surface lures out.
Surface lures. We want that full moon, so it's probably a couple
Tiffany,
of weeks away from that.
Tiff's version of that.
What?
Devil's Bend. Was it a lot of luck there, I heard?
No, I haven't actually had anyone.
Oh, sorry.
No.
Because you didn't go when Dave has put it
Yeah,
out
I
as a
know.
hotspot.
Yeah, it'd be all right this weekend. So, and lucky last, eventually the water will clear up on the Goulburn River and get up there for a stonker trout.
Yeah, there's been a couple caught still.
Yeah, but not as many as last year because that bloody environmental flow.
Yeah, that's right.
It's just
yeah,
ruined
that
everything.
Up and down thing, it's still going through the ship. Yeah,
So there you go. There's the hotspots. All right. I want to talk about fishing clubs. Both of you are in a fishing club, yeah?
Yeah, we're actually both vice
ones?
presidents.
Yeah,
so
both
You're both vice presidents.
watch
Which
out.
club?
Did you bring a rod along angling club of Bacchus Marsh and Melton?
Jesus.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a mouthful.
Yeah.
Great
Do they have
club.
an on board that's like about 20 metres wide?
Something like
that.
we got quite a few.
What club?
I'm at Preston North Angling Club and Red Tag Fly Fishers. So
Yeah, okay.
yeah,
Big
two.
big clubs?
Yeah, 150 members at Preston Northcote, so it's decent.
That's good.
And,
Is Preston Northcote, like, is that the one that just turned 100 years old or
It's
something?
about to, couple years
Or is that your
time.
members' age, average age?
Well,
Sorry, I
we'll
should.
try and get that down, but
Tiff brought that down by about
No, well,
70 years.
no.
Sorry.
In all honesty, fishing clubs, traditionally are a bunch of old men.
Yep.
So to have two vice presidents in the room with us that are young women that's pretty damn good.
yeah, it is good. I think
it's
there's a
great.
change in there, to be honest. So
Yeah.
no, it's good.
And there's definitely more females joining clubs
Yeah,
too.
I would say
okay.
so.
Yeah,
Definitely
that's
junior
good.
girls. so
I think you did something on your social media about you were the only one at the start and through your WRF thing and getting that you've now got a great bunch of females
so
in the club.
the last comp we had at Apollo Bay, we had 8 females who had registered fish, and we actually outnumbered and outfished the boys. So
fair effort.
Niki, the vice president's role. So, do you get the respect off the older blokes and that being
Yeah,
a young female as a vice
I
president?
definitely do, and I'm really lucky. My club's fantastic, and thanks to all the guys out there for their support. They've been fantastic.
How long have you been in the club?
Nearly 5 years now. So
Okay.
yeah.
Tiff, how long have you been in
about
the club?
7 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you haven't just joined and just signed
No,
up like you've
no.
been.
Stuck
I
around.
think they thought I might have someone might have double parked me in when I walked in, but no, I was there to join the club. So
Yeah, that's awesome. And the opportunities for women in, I guess, committees, boards and stuff like that. Niki, you're on the Rec Fishing Working Group, which with
alongside
Trelly.
with Trelly, yep.
Yeah. So you guys decide on, or you provide advice to the minister on how to spend rec fishing licence money.
Some of the money's spent.
We'll advise on
Enjoy that?
Yeah.
It's great. It's been fantastic,
Yeah.
an eye opener, and we've got a great crew, don't we, Trelly?
We do, actually, a couple of older members, and we've come along because it's a 3-year appointment. And funny, some of the things we sort of talk about now is like, nah, that won't make it, that's stupid.
Yeah.
And the other stuff's really, really good.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Do you get asked for advice from the government about certain things on women in fishing or fishing in general? Is there much of that
Maybe
going on?
not so much on the women's side.
Yeah, I think one of the things that I actually brought up was there should be an area within an application which should actually provide women fishing, and I say amenities is the wrong word, but opportunities within that grant system.
Yeah.
Which should
Yep.
which should
And
be,
they
I
did
think
take
it's
that
gonna
on
be
board,
just-
so
Yeah. What invest money from licence money to grow women in rec fishing?
Yeah, like you have a 50-50 makeup of some committees.
Yeah.
They should be targeting more of the ladies. And look, I mean the ladies as far as young mothers, as far as committee members and
Yeah.
things like that, because
Yeah.
there is great opportunities for the ladies to get out there and be part of it, because often the ladies get the job of like clerical roles with a secretary job, and that's a very important job of the committees and things, and involve themselves, and it just blooms from there into other activities. It's great. It's good to
Tiff,
see.
what's your most memorable fishing moment?
Oh, I've got heaps, but probably catching a gummy shark in high heels and a dress.
Trelly does that all the time. What, in a boat?
No, so I was out night clubbing, came home, and then my partner was out fishing for a comp, so I met him out there, and I'd cast my rod out, and all the guys saw me hook up to this gummy shark, and they all left. And
really?
Sports,
aren't they?
high heels and a dress.
Niki, most memorable fishing moment?
It's hard to pick one, but I'd say Mulloway, I caught 2 over a metre up in Darwin. So
really?
that was an amazing experience.
Yeah. On a boat?
Yeah, on a
charter
boat.
Sort of thing?
No, not a charter, just with a mate of mine, and we couldn't get any barra, so we went for Mulloway, and there you go.
You've just been fishing on the weekend, Tiff, in
a
comp?
Yeah, so our club had one up at Undira, and we had about 6 yellow belly caught, so
Good effort this time of year. That river's a bit high and muddy.
It's very high, and so they were sticking quite close to the banks and just underneath as well.
Is that on the Murray?
On the
Goulburn.
On the Goulburn. Yeah, see what I know about freshwater fishing and like that. So, but it does say yellow belly. Have they started early? Because there's a few stories
not
around.
Really. They still start when the blossom comes out on the wattle trees. So they sort of start.
There you go.
And now with the warmer weather.
Niki, Tiff, thanks for coming in.
Thanks. Yeah, thank you so much for having us.
That's great. Come back again sometime. But that's it for Talking Fishing. Don't forget, this weekend, daylight saving starts. How good is that?
That's it.
You get an extra hour to fish every day from this Sunday.
Looking forward to it.
Climate change, there'll be extra water in the river.
Extra water.
Environmental flows.
So until we see you again next Tuesday on Talking Fishing, don't forget to watch the Antenna Awards. We could be champions next Saturday. But until then, please stay safe on the water and enjoy your fishing.
Talking fishing, nothing but fishing, we're talking fishing. We got all you need, just take a look. Watch those fish jump on your hook. So just relax and take your time. Enjoy the show, then drop us a line. Talking fishing, nothing but fishing, we're talking fishing. Talking fishing, nothing but fishing, we're talking fishing. Talking fishing.
Have a good weekend, Mr. Walker.
You too, son.